All right, so today's question of the day comes from Father Legna. And Father Legna asks, how did I do academically in school? Now, this video isn't about, how did I do in school or anything about that. But more specifically, he asked about how did I do academically in high school. So to answer the question real quick, I did okay. I remember distinctly seeing 3.7 GPA next to my name. So, I didn't excel, but I didn't do poorly. I did just okay to get by. And, this question made me think about, why do people join the military? And it also made me think about if people could go back in time to the point or relive their middle school or relive their high school years, I would say personally that most people would say they would love to change how they did academically than what they have accomplished. To be in a different position within their life or to be further or to have advanced with the same amount of time. And one of the reasons why I believe a lot of people join the military if you are much older, if you're 20 and above, is because I believe a lot of people join at that moment. They realize they aren't where they imagined themselves to be when they were in high school. They are at a point when maybe sometimes you're not proud of where you are, or maybe you just need what I believe a lot of people are looking for is that restart button to magically go back into middle school, into high school, and have a clean slate. Being in the military, have a clean slate, and to live and create your own path again exactly the way you want. And I believe that's why a good amount of people join the military, is to have that restart button and just be on the same playing field as everyone else, and to rebuild their life, rebuild their career path, rebuild their structure to the way that they want, right? So what I want to say, the message that I want to share with you in this video is, in where I am right now, what I advise you is, currently for me in my life, where I am right now, being in the military, I am taking full advantage of this opportunity to broaden my knowledge, to read a lot of books, to educate myself, listen to a lot of podcasts, talk shows, TED Talks, and all that kind of stuff. The biggest thing that is very, very important to me in my life is personal development. Personal development is extremely important, in my opinion. And, how do you go about personal development? Is to read a lot of books. And you hear that a lot when you are younger, right? Read a lot of books. Your parents probably told you that, your grandparents, everyone's probably told you that. But, when I was younger, people didn't really explain it to me in a way that I could understand, so it would give me a sense of urgency to read a lot of books. So what I wish someone had told me when I was younger about books is the fact that whatever you want to accomplish, for example, let's say you want to be a basketball player, the top basketball player, right? If you want to be a basketball player, you have to be careful with what you put in here, the knowledge. Because, for example, you want to be fit, you want to be healthy, but if all you do is eat chocolate, all you do is eat poorly, candy, and food that is not beneficial to your body, you're not going to perform at the level of the top athletes. And if you read the books of top athletes, Michael Jordan has a book. They list out their upbringing, how they grew up, what was their mentality, what is their training regimen, how they trained, what was their coaches, what was their inspiration, what did they do. They have all that in their book, but people choose not to read it. So when I was younger, I wish people explained it to me in that way. in a way that I could personally understand. So if you want to have a lot of money, there are people who have made a lot of money and they wrote a book on exactly how they did it, right? Step-by-step process of exactly how they did it. But people choose not to read it. One of the books that I'm reading right now is by Sam Walton. He's he built Walmart, the multi-billion-dollar company, right? In that book, he wrote on his deathbed, he has 10 points on exactly how he built Walmart, right? But it's an $8 book at Barnes and Nobles. But when I try to talk to people about books, and like hey, do you know who Sam Walton is? I've met people who don't know Sam Walton, right? Because the name doesn't really ring to them. Who's Sam Walton? The founder of Walmart. And I meet a lot of people who are very business-minded or they are business majors in school that don't read a lot of books. And it's interesting. It's interesting why a lot of people don't read. And I believe that is why, they never really, their upbringing wasn't in a way that they understood the value of books. And it's for me too, I understand the value of books very late, when I was about 20 years young. And now being in the military, I have a lot of free time because, I don't have a lot of responsibilities, I don't have a lot of bills, so I'm doubling down on the amount of books that I read. I'm doubling down on the amount of money I spend on my own education. What I put in here, the better or the more precious value I put in here, the more value I get out of my life and the more value I can share with you, right? So that is just my mini talk of the day. I know it was kind of long, but thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great Navy day.